to see if we can sneak a flight in this evening. Pre-check's all done. Everything is good. You want to wind over that way. Yeah. If you would, please. Thank you. Doors locked. Road's clear. You are most definitely not clear to your pulley. You are now clear to the pulley. That's why you always check. Maybe a little A's would be good. A's. Doors locked. Road's clear. If you manage to screw this one up too, nope, clear to the pulley. Same amount of A's. Center yourself on the wing. Take a step back. Run, run, run. Does have the potential to get a bit bumpy tonight. Wind's coming out of the west. I'm going to stay close for a little bit just to get my bearings here. Oh. Feels good to be back up. Feels good to be back up. Ooh, don't do that, dummy. Always have your throttle control. Alright, and then I think, did I do that? No, I didn't. Alright, so far, not unhappy with the conditions flying into it. Did I really not bring the gloves after all that planning? Yep, really didn't. Okay, so we did forget the gloves. but we are up. Little bumpy, not terrible yet. Kind of want to check and see. Now there we go, little lift, little bump. All right, we are about 200 feet right now. Airspeed of 23, so we're probably heading into a 4 or 5 is all. Not bad. Got a little fire up here. I think I'll move this mic in a little bit. There we go. And we are off. Man, I was hoping to sneak a flight in. It has been a second. I had like 5 days of just absolutely phenomenal flying. And then the weather just turned to, crap. It just was horrible. And although I knew we had a bit of a gust factor this weekend, this evening, I sat and watched it for a long time. And I felt like we were in a pretty good place. I mean, there's a little bit, but nothing too bad, really. This is nowhere near the last time I had virtually the same forecast. I was bounced around the sky in a unhappy, uncomfortable manner. We are flying into the wind today, just cruising along on the left-hand side of US 12. We are we're not physically in South Bend's airspace, but right here, we are absolutely under the shelf of it. So maximum, I'd be limited to about 1,150 feet AGL, but I'm only about 350 feet right this minute. There we're getting some bumps. And like I said, I think I'm going to stay close for a little bit tonight. I just wanted to get a flight. But I also had it in my head that if it was uncomfortable or crazy bumpy, that what we'd get is a takeoff in landing practice. I'm not in for bumps tonight. Not like they were. So it's about 6 o'clock. I think is when I launched. Look at the geese. Some geese came out of this field. No better measure of the wind than a little bit of fire. And while the forecast was saying northwest, it was more west-southwest. It was switchy when I first set up. All right, I think we're going to cross. I'm not trying to go up super high tonight, so I've got to play my outs a little bit. And also super low, you have the opportunity to make someone mad because it is hunting season. I'm going to get boxed in up here. Hell no. I've got a little altitude to give. I can climb a little bit. Okay, so far I'm relatively impressed. I'm not, I gotta get better at that. I'm not fighting the, I don't want a downwinder here, so let's get enough lift that we would more than easily, safely cross over here. The wind is gonna help our climb rate, so we can take it easy. We're gonna climb up. No reason for a full power climb. .500 feet puts me at 1,358 feet. MSL, which gives me 700 feet. That doesn't mean I don't want to keep my eye open for the GA boys, or even the occasional low final. I haven't come this direction before. Oh, that's a neat house. If I go check that out, can I stay clear of everybody? I think I might see a path. I'm at 5. I definitely don't want to go down anywhere in the straight ahead vicinity. And there's a hunting shack. That's a nice spot right on the corner there. Probably can't see it, but it's stand-up blind. And it is bow season, so the likelihood that someone's sitting in there is fairly high. I am shocked at how few bumps I'm feeling tonight. Weather's weird, kids. Clear. I can see the Golden Dome. I know y'all can't. But if you look at that smoke that's coming up over the trees, you can definitely tell the speed is fluctuating. So we are getting some of that variance. It's just I was not seeing. There was just one forecast that had 8 to 19, and I wasn't seeing anything close to 19. I was seeing 12. And I'm not getting thrown around like I would be if I was sitting in a constant 4 or 5 and then being rammed by a 13, 14. It just doesn't feel like that. There are some storm activity out to the west, and there's storm activity south. Oh, I like this area. Oh, that swamp would be a wonderful duck hunting spot. I wonder what road this is. Digging it. I am starting to wish I had brought my gloves, however. And I sure thought I did. I thought I put them in the bottom of the... Well, I didn't. There's no amount of wishing. But, you know what I can do? I'm pretty well bundled up. If if I feel like I can get out of there, I can put some protection around my hands here. That's cool. The outs this way are not ideal. They're there. I would call them Eric doesn't die outs, but he introduces himself to some corn. There's some stuff off this way. I should have probably just been a tad bit higher to make sure that I could swing out and catch the wind and come in on a corner if it happened that way. Once I clear this line of trees right here, it shouldn't be an issue. I've got a long time before the sun sets. Huh. And see, I don't know this lake at all up here. Let's go up there and check that out. That's not too far. That can't be but a mile or two away, I wouldn't think. Wow, I'm kind of moving along pretty good right this second. I'm still in the edge of South Bend, but under the shelf. I feel like at 400 feet, I've got a perfect out straight ahead, so we're doing good as far as that goes. Those are some cool silos up there. There's a group of like 3 of them that are pretty tall. Oh my goodness, did I need this. What an enjoyable flight. There's another awesome little track of hunting land. Someone's got themselves a stand right in here with a clearing that they've kept mowed. They've actually got deer working all around their stand. I would go down and check those deer out, but there's a buck right there. There is absolutely he's got 4 deer right around there. I hope he's sitting in it. That last deer coming up, it looked like there might have been 3 does, and then there was a big old deer running up on him. There was no doubt in my mind. I wasn't close enough at 350 feet to see how big it was, but no doubt in my mind the way that deer was moving, what it was. I bet this cold weather this weekend did some good things. It's just I needed to fly more than I needed to sit in a tree tonight. And I am so glad that I did. God, you know, that we get to do this. Pull some equipment out of our garage, mix up some good fuel, walk out to a field and fly up like a bird is amazing to me. Huh, here's a little gust. I got to crabbing a bit. So, for my friends that like these videos in their full length versions as opposed to the I don't talk ending versions or 3 or 5 minute edits, when you see me cross my legs, it doesn't mean I have to pee. I mean, I might have to pee, but that's not what it means. It means that I'm just adding a little weight shift to the left to counteract A, little bit of torque if I'm on the engine, or B, just to do a little minor corrections, course corrections, and that way, if I feel like it's smooth enough, I can fly like almost, it's like an autopilot. It's just, my hands are up. I'm not really in control of what the glider is doing. Low to the ground, I like my hands to always be on my line. I feel like we did a good job. I replaced my right risers, inner A's, inside A-line. And it wasn't that I had chopped it or did anything weird. It was just, it got snagged on one of my launches before that field had been crashed. And I had to show it to my instructor, and I got the opinion of a gentleman by the name of Phil Atkinson, who has about 15 years in the sport, one of the pioneers. And they both said the core was fine, so it was good to fly, but it would pop out of the sheathing, the protective coat, the protective cover on it. And I threw a little duct tape around the sheathing once we popped it back in by putting tension on it, and it was fine, and I was flying it. The last 4 or 5 flights were on that, but I didn't want duct tape on the things that hold me in the air. So we ordered 2 new inner A's. Generally, you want to replace, if you're replacing one line, you want to replace the other line in an identical fashion because you might have some stretch. But I've only got, 5-7 hours of kiting on this particular wing, and then maybe 15 hours in the air, and we measured it out, and I didn't need to replace both, so we just replaced the one. I didn't film it, but I checked it on the ground to make sure that everything looked good. I kited it up, and everything looked square, like we had done everything correctly, and now we're up here, so all indications are that I was right. I can't really travel this way because I don't have any outs, and I'm not high enough, but I have no idea what that lake is. I think I could be in the Niles area if anybody knows. I just don't know what that is. I never fished it. I've never been on it. I didn't know some of these gorgeous houses existed. That's the really cool thing about paramotors, is you get to fly around and see things that you normally don't get to see. You don't know exist. A Dollar General and a Phillips 66. Are we on the edge of 12 somewhere? It doesn't feel right. That answer doesn't feel right. I know where we are. I've been to that store. I think. I don't know what this facility is in front of me. Storage area. Can't fly over that. That's too congested. And we're going to trip left a little bit. See what's what. There's the water tower. I know I was flying in the direction of an airport. There are some bumps, but good golly, that's the first ones I've had. I hope everybody in Southwest Michigan ignored some of the more dire forecasts and went out, set up, and looked at it themselves, because this is a gorgeous flight. I think I'm going to rock along this road. See if I can pick up thoughts on where I actually am. I'm going to climb back up as I do, because I don't know this area. Holy crap. That tree has been torn up. Okay, now I want to hunt. They've got a water source right there. Oh my goodness, that's phenomenal. Yeah, I'd love to make friends with that guy right there. Oh my goodness, what is that building? Is that someone's house? I think that was 12, but I think that was 12 when it zips around towards, like you'd be going to New Buffalo. Like the back route around the side of Niles. So, this is my first sub-70-degree flight, and I've got on a wool pair of socks. I've got on lined, like felt-lined jeans. I didn't get full on with long johns yet or anything, but just felt-lined jeans. And I am wearing one of those Under Armour face mock turtlenecks, as well as a sweatshirt, as well as kind of a fall spring coat, and I need every bit of it. And I could absolutely have some gloves. That's cool. Get to see so much up here. Oh, this almost looks like a little ultralight runway, the way they've got that cut right in this house. With the right wind, you could do it. I like this place. What is that? There are some bumps and some lift. I have not felt anything in the way of thermals. I need to get more education around them. When they build, I mean, I know the basics, but being able to judge on a cool day when they might be present would be very beneficial. Wow, what is this place? Look at that. I don't know if you can see it on the GoPro. And I don't really want to go down because there are power lines and whatnot, but they've got themselves a private pond, ducks all over it. The duck opener is this coming Saturday. My buddy from Dayton is coming up, and we'll be out doing our best to put some ducks in the freezer. There are some bumps. I think I'm cruising along pretty good now. Yeah. Trim's neutral. I'm sitting at about 32, 33, somewhere in there. I think I need to go up a little higher or across the road the direction I'm going. And I think I would like to cross the road in the direction I'm going. My hands are definitely on the chilled side, but I am tucking them right now to keep them functional, because it seems like functional hands would be a good idea come time to land. So no more flying without gloves. We know that now. I need to make sure by tucking my hands in. I've got a real short throttle cord, and there's not much danger that it's going back to the prop, especially when I have it over my arm like this. But better to double check than lose a hand, twist into a left-hand spiral, and test how good my life insurance is. I wonder what that field's all about over there. Could that be Varner's? I have a path. I don't think I want to go. I think I'm going to go this way. We'll cross US 12 up here. I'm at 680 feet, so I've got all the outs in the world behind me into the wind. And we're not going to be taking as long to travel this direction this time. I don't see any kids in the soccer field, so we can go that direction. Without disturbing anybody. There's a jet. Right there. Looks like they're on a leg of the South Bend. Still a little high for that to be final. You may not have seen them. Every time I think I'm close to a jet and go, hey, there's a plane, and then I go to look at the video to put it in, I'm just going, hey, look how close I am to that plane that you can't see on an action camera. No, this is an experience you got to have. I can't wait. My goal is to get my ratings all the way up through tandem instructor. It'll take some time, but I'd like to get a dual tandem unit, and it would probably be a wheeled, the wheeled version. Yeah, it's cold. And I will say, cold saps a little bit of the enjoyment out of this. Not all of it. I'm not ready to call it quits, but I don't know if I'm seeing sunset. I could have actually done, my legs are fine. My top is my top half is mostly good, but I could have easily had another more thermally layer on and not been mad about it. And I definitely could have had gloves. Got some geese coming out of the soccer field. Cool little flight. Got to see some things I didn't know about. Sure hope my son didn't think he wasn't supposed to leave my windsock up. Probably should have been more clear that he wasn't taking that home with him. I wonder if this is someone's little hunting area here as well. Looks like it. This time of year, you hate to, even on a night where you might want to, you hate to drop low and have someone who's hunting mad at you. Pretty tonight. I don't see any deer out here. Usually find some doe in here. Well, now that I feel the temperature while I fly around when it's not hot and rather just a nice day, nice fall day, I don't think I'm going to be breaking any altitude records. I have some goals of where I'd like to fly to. But I could see that being more summer activity. It does tend to get progressively colder. I do like this place. I think he used to be the president of an RV company, or the owner of it. Got a lot going on down there with his putting greens and his very expensive driveway. Swimming pool, basketball courts, pond. That is a very cool place. I don't know what that is. That just may be some sort of... I have no idea. Do they have chickens? Some neat places buried back here as well. Pretty clear tonight. You can see a long way. I took off with a lot of gas. I could fly to dark if I wanted to. And I may. Right up until my hands tell me that's a bad idea. I'm going to hook a little turn here. back side of this house. Another little hunting blind. They do like their school-colored stuff. Got a lot going on. Plus, a lovely flyable runway right there. Yeah, I could live there. Oh, I am cruising this direction. I think we'll go this way. Fly by what I like to think of as Messville, USA. I have no idea the amount of shit that is going on in this little property. But it's not the most attractive tract of land homes. It could be. And I'm not saying I wouldn't want it. I bet there's some hunting in there that's awfully good. I just don't understand the attraction to owning 400 beat up cars that you're not doing anything with. I'm going to go fly on the back side of my subdivision. Take a peek at the windsock. They make a big circle around Edwardsburg. We've got plenty of time. I love my house. I love where I live. Slowly coming down a bit. I don't need 500 feet to cross here, and I don't see well enough. Come down to about 4. If I'm somewhere around 350, I could actually land if I needed to from here very easily. The way it looks like I'm flying over a crazy mess of trees and unrecoverable stuff. I am not. I am looking for this flag, though. What is my... Well, that's weird. That wind, now saying it's coming a little northwest. It's not doing much down there. Not doing much. But I am cruising this direction. That's an indication. Football field. checking ahead, make sure you're not about to smack into that cell tower that's right there. We're going to fly low this way, second cell tower. Time to start gaining your altitude back. Ranger down that way. There's a deer right in front of this guy's fly. Hope he's sitting in it. Yeah, it looks more like a rifle blind, but oh, that was a little weird. I did get some strange bumpity bumps there. But this has been an incredibly smooth flight, quite frankly. It's amazing. You can tell the difference between 250 feet and 500, and really, the temperature shouldn't be that different, if at all. But it feels colder. I have to be careful this direction to avoid Elkhart airspace at all, because they don't really have a ground clearance. And I am angling away from it right now, but my outs are towards it. Now I'm flying away from it, pretty much straight on away. I've got this field here, field bunkers. I'd like to be another 100 feet in the air, but I'm not. I think I can cut that way if I wanted to. Feels like it. I've got outs there. I don't want to get too far to where I'm fighting the wind to get back, though. Do some leaning and crossing. I'd love to have access to that swamp. If anyone watches this video ever and knows who owns that, I need to know. I would love to give that a shot for duck, geese, otherwise. If I stay this way, that's probably the safer bet. Plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel, plenty of fuel. Plenty of fuel, plenty of time, not enough warmth. I am cold. I don't know why my flag was showing what it's showing. Everything I'm seeing says this wind's coming out of the southwest still. I climb up to 5 because the Alp is below me right now, but I don't want that swamp to be out consideration. And I do see Hunter trucks. Someone's out here. Looking for Mr. Swamp here. Wow, what a gorgeous night. It's been flying. I am thrilled to be up here. I sure wish there was more people that did this. A community of friends that fly would be a cool thing to develop. I've still got over a half an hour till official sunset. $437 feet. Why are you oscillating? Stop that. So if you're over the high school at 350, oh, this is a way different glide than last time. Last time I looked at this, it was just if I come over those trees, what is that going to feel like? We are now down low again. Just curious if I can get a feel for what that is like. I think that's how I want to do it. I do. I should have turned off my work notifications. Things have been going nuts. I'm going to go up a little bit so I don't catch a little venturi through that cut. There's some deer. That's a buck. Nice buck. Nice buck there. Just popped into those trees. Let's do that a little better next time. We're going to go this direction and climb. Gently climb. Gentle climb. I am cold. Cold, cold. That is a bright light. What is that? I don't remember seeing that bright light before. What is that? Could that be a train, maybe? Yeah, I think that's just a little bit out of the northwest. Just a little. Half of me is thinking about landing. The other half is curious about what that bright light is. The whole part of me is cold. But I know that tomorrow I jump on a Delta, and I'm in Maine for a week. So, that being said, now I need to charge my Vario. I need to charge my helmet. charge at all. Yep. I'm going to come in over the high school, kick the top of the trees, land it that way. Legs are starting to shake. I think we're going to come this direction and then go get ourselves figured out. Because blips would have been the good thing. I'm fairly certain I'm not going to be flying this when the snow comes without traveling south. There's another plane up in the air. You won't see it either, farther away than the first one. southwest. There she is. That's what she's doing. Is it? Or is it south? Could it be all south now? That's interesting. Look at that. There's the fire. I am cruising along pretty good. Wind comes up. Is it south? I think it's time to go check. Because, boy, that looks like a south to north. Right there. Okay. Last time I trusted the well, let's do this. South southwest. So coming out of south southwest. Then I had the right plan. South southwest. What everything's saying. Preparing to land. Zipping up instruments. We'll kick the top of those trees on that corner field. Unless we see just something oddly weird. I probably should not be lazy and keep my windsock in the middle of the field. Well, if it's coming out of the south-southwest, and I kick the tops of the trees over there, it's a new wind for me. That's why I'm figuring out. Trying to avoid horses in the corner. as well as I can't see it doing anything, to be honest. Just kind of hanging there. Okay. Well, we know what it said. It said south-southwest. So we know what it said. Give yourself as much field as possible. That engine was still running when I was on the ground. That kill switch has got a hold to it. I need to do better. Happy landings. Another happy landing. Another happy landing. That way. We'll move that way. Dum, 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 dum.